Good evening, all, one and all. Hope everyone is well. Just wait till somebody gives me a 5x5. How are you, Lolita? Yeah, I'm putting my phone just in front of me laptop because I can't think of any other ways to get a streaming. They want me to pay to be able to stream. How are you, Mr. B? Just a few things that I wanted to say about what's been happening last few days here. Um, is the sound nice and clear? Is it nice and clear, the sound? Just make sure. Or give it like a 5x5 if you can hear me clearly. It was this one here that really wound me up this morning. Oh, stop, Cookie, stop. Good stuff. So it was this video. Let me get it. I don't even know how to spell his name because it's like a Brazilian. I know it's Chow. People are giving out now because I should have had the tabs open, which I should have. Anyway, Fianna Fáil had we're going out canvassing. It looked like it was up near Dolphin's Barn. I'm not too sure where exactly it was, but they were promoting that. How are you gaming? They were promoting that Ciao Benicio chap, and it was like they were saying every word for him. Like, it's not, the chap couldn't even talk himself. He was letting the other two Irish people, like he let Martin and another lady from the Fianna Fáil party introduce him and talk for him. And I'm like, God, are people at the doors not like, putting one and one together here? Who's this candidate that's running? Barely has any English, do you know? And then they bring him out into the street and do a little bit of PR and they have him kicking a football around the ground. I'll just go on to my home thing because there was me trying to go live. Look, I couldn't figure it out. See if you can hear this nice and clear. Where is he? This one. Now, if Niall Oxford follow on TikTok catching this, it just shows how desperate they are. Like at this. Well, I'll just talk over as I go. But so it looks like Dolphin's Barn to me. Like the houses look like Dolphin's Barn area. There you go. See, there's your man Chow, right? But you've Martin and the other one. These two do most of the talking for him when he's at the door. Do you know? And then she even drops the line. Some new blood and new energy for the North Inner City. She says, new blood and new energy for the North Inner City, right? You might know who he is from the incident in Parnell Square where he rescued a child. Like, there's no low these buggers won't go. Do you know? Out there promoting him like he was the saviour, when in reality we all know that it was Warren Donahue, an Irishman, that was on the scene first and got the knife out of your man's hand. How are you, Mr. D? So it just shows you there's no depth. There's no low these people won't go to get their people in, you know? But they continue, and then he goes on, then he's standing there with Mr. Martin for a few minutes, and they don't even, like, they just give each other a nod, you know? Teaching them the odd word in Portuguese, and then they just, there's nothing. Because they can't communicate with each other. Because, like I said, the lad barely has English by the looks of it. And then they do the little PR where they go out onto the road and go, "Oh no, he's Brazilian. He's gonna be good." That's all PR. What the hell's being good at football got to do with representing the people of Ireland? Like, come on, you know, it's a bleeding joke. It's a joke. These people. Exactly, Hartley. Just a photo op. Um, they're getting. To be honest, I've seen so many videos now of them out and about in local areas near me, and they're getting ran out of the areas. They can't even. The people are just running them out of the areas. They're like, first thing people talk about is the mass migration. Why aren't none of you talking? And then they get real defensive then, and then walk off. The politicians get real defensive and walk off. I mean, doing that, staying ignorant to it isn't going to help. It's just going to encourage people more to speak up more and want to know more about it. Do you know? It doesn't make sense to just keep fobbing it off and, you know, sure, we'll be grand. No, we can't have that attitude when it comes to this. I'm sorry, with like mass migration's just not going to, we just can't let it happen. Last time I looked at the figures, it was 140,000 that we let in the last year and a half, 2 years. That's a lot of people. Now all the media in Ireland's running with 25,000 Ukrainians are supposedly going back to Ukraine because they're cutting the dole services off for them, or a certain percentage of the dole off for the Ukrainians. So 25,000 of them are self-deporting. Nice. Yeah, mass deportations is a must. I mean, it's the only thing that I can see that is going to help us, you know? Delaying it, keeping them here, and then trying to figure out what that background was, that's just going to drag out even more, do you know? Is there any more matches before I vote on the 7th? Yes, there is. There's one on the 3rd, Gaming Dad. There's one on the 3rd, the bank holiday in town. I'm not sure what time it starts at, though. Look up Lady of Ira on YouTube. She'll have more details. Yeah, Mr. K, bang on, clergy plan. Like I said, I've had this discussion with my uncle about the clergy plan, and he knew about it. But in his eyes, it was still more so just like a coming closer together partnership within the EU. And I'm like, no, that's not the idea. That's not the end goal of it, do you know? Hey, Johnny. How you like? That's not the end goal of it, you know, this clergy plan. The clergy plan is to come in and dilute as much of the native spirit and blood as they can. And then eventually it'll just be a race of subservient, can't say that word, subservient race. That's what they want with the clergy plan. Let me just, this one really bleeding wound me up. Sorry if you're in the, I'm going to maximize it. Look at my high-tech Johnny. I'm just showing it, just pointing my phone at my laptop. I was going to go out for a walk, but it keeps raining on and off. Now, this video here, this is over Gaeltacht in Ireland. We 4 of them, and it's a place where you go to learn Irish, the Irish language. And they, I'm not going to say they frown upon you using English, but it's preferred that you don't use any English when you're in these places, these Gaeltachts here, where all these Garda are blocking the two sides. So straight off the bus and in they go. Galway is probably the best one. If you look at reviews and everything, Galway has the best Gaeltacht for learning. It just has the best reputation for it. And here they are putting all these, and they're all males, by the way. Once again, they're all males. There's no women or children on this bus. It's all males again. And they're putting them into our Gaeltacht, of all places. Like, I mean, that's just a bleeding... It's like purposely trying to get under our skins. Do you know that way? It's like every little bit of your culture and all, we're going to bleed and destroy it. That's what they're saying to me when they're doing this outside the Gaeltacht. Sorry, there's no sound. Well, there is, but you will barely hear it because it's on the laptop. Can you hear that? See? No. But like it's like it's like a bleeding the way they're lining up on each side. You'd swear they think that people were going to go and attack these people. They're not going to attack the people. They just want to know why you're putting unvetted males in there. That's all. And you, I expected them to stop. I know, yeah. That's it. Did they put them in the Michael Collins hotel? That's just like honestly, when I see things like this, I do say to myself, it's like they want us to be pissed off. Do you know? Like purposely putting them in the Irish speaking area. Only 3% of Ireland's are fluent in Irish as well, by the way, which is it's really sad. I think more of us should get back into learning it. And then we can communicate with ourselves, you know, when we're out in town and stuff, and we can communicate with ourselves without the outsiders knowing about it. Because every time I'm in town, all I hear are other languages. You barely hear English in town now. It does look like that, Johnny, yeah. It is like a bleeding, someone getting brought into court, but that's special privilege they're getting. They get guarded escorts everywhere, and I know it'd be one of the first places he'd want smoked. I was only saying my girlfriend, she worked, I mean, the ex-partner, she worked in New Ireland Assurance, which she still does. And their old building used to be one of the buildings that the people from 1916s used to meet up in. I found that fascinating. We should be preserving them sort of areas, you know. It is certain areas, Mr. D, are just like I do be walking in town and stuff, and I'm like, where the hell am I? It's like being in the middle of bleeding Bangladesh or something. In Dublistan, yeah. You know, there was another Andy Heesman. I don't know if people know Andy Heesman, but he went outside the Sinn Féin offices and started calling them out through his loudspeaker in his car. I've marched with Andy a few times. Where is he? I've marched with Andy a few times, and I liked the way he was kind of like Graham Carey in a way. He was for the children and saying, don't let them indoctrinate the children in the schools, which I was drawn to him by. He's running in the EU. EU on 5 Eyes. That's old school with pigeons. 5 Eyes, yeah, I've heard of that. Yeah, Jay Cahill. That's the problem reaction solution thing, isn't it? You know, they've created this. The government have created this problem, and the solution at the moment is to build more houses. But I mean, you just could have done that for the last 40, 50 years or more. But you didn't. They just sat around the whole set on the gravy train, you know. Yeah, I don't see. Some people have an issue with his approach, Lilia. Like I was kind of like this when I was going out to the peaceful assemblies. I found myself being frustrated and felt like I wanted to shout from the rooftops, like, why doesn't nobody want to listen, like, look at what's actually happening, you know? And Andy still has that. Andy still has that in him. I still have it in me, but I've toned it down because you scare people away, you know? People just, they can't, it's too much for them. It's like trying to black pill them. What are you saying to build our burgers for? Coveney? Pascal? Yeah, I've been telling people about the Builder burgers for the last 10 years, 10 or more years. I found out of them through Jim Mars and Luke Radowski. But they are, yeah, off the forum meetings. Like, I don't know why more people don't know, but more people aren't aware of the Bilderbergers. You know, they hide to an extent, but they're out there. I mean, you do see them walking into the meetings with their briefcases with the big B on it and all. I'm just trying to find. There's another. Is it? It's Dave. He's based in Clonmel. I'm learning, folks. I'll be better prepared next time I go live. Ireland needs to be zero emissions country, says Minister for Transport Eamon Ryan. Think about that as well. Like, these guys that are in there, and we're only, look at the size of us. You don't see them going, he should be out there if he's serious about this, and he should be talking about countries that are really, like, pumping the emissions out there, like China and all, but they won't say nothing bad about China. You can barely feed them. I don't think you could feed them like a king. That's very, very good point, Joni. Very good point. True, Shawnee. There's a guy, Starseed City or something. He's going around Ireland at the moment, and he's just gone to these where people are meeting up outside the plantations, and he is just asking normal, straightforward questions. And he's had one or two politicians actually talk to him, talking about being clever when you're talking to them. This guy he's real calm and collect. Europe, The Last Battle is a great watch. I'd recommend it. Cheers, Jay Cahill. We are the carbon they want gone. True, Lolita. Hey, Richard, I'm all good. Cheers, man. Struggling to name the MP with good morals. Yeah. There's a few that, what's his name? Ernst Zunder rules. There's a few that I've seen, like Matty McGrath, I suppose. Mr. McNamara. Like, they raise questions that we want the answers to. But yeah, it's just a pity they don't go all in, you know. I sometimes, when I'm watching them Dáil meetings or Senate meetings, I find myself screaming, ask them about this and ask them about that. There's certain things they just will not go into, you know. Talk about being politically correct and all that tripe. Very good, John. But yeah, someone asked there. I'm pretty sure there's one on the 3rd. Let me just bring that up for you. I'm pretty sure there's one organised for the 3rd of June. That's Herman talking about I don't know how people feel about Herman, but I just didn't like the way he was handing out the buckets for money. Should be just doing it for the love of your country, you know what I mean? Don't need no money to bleeding. Well, I suppose you do if you want to have a phone. But anyone with a phone can go out there and record and show people what the hell is going on. No $1 billion. That's what they did. Yeah, good point, Mr. D. That's what I mean. Like, they won't go that step further and ask the real hard questions that we all want to bleed and know the answer to. You know, that way. Yeah, Shawnee, they did a TV skit. They did a TV not skit. I suppose you could call it a skit. In England, and it was them talking about your man Dr. Hillary talking about the leaflets getting put through your door and how they're misinformation. Like that was in 2021. He was talking about misinformation around AstraZeneca, and all of a sudden AstraZeneca has been pulled off the shelves. So them leaflets were right. They weren't misinformation. Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. How are you, Paddy McScroll? Like I would love that to be able to just, you know, stop work and just put 100% focus and go on and go into town and just bring you all everywhere, you know? Just keep everyone informed and up to date of what the situation is like in there. Our media should be bloody doing that. Our media should be in town every day covering everything. They will for these though. They'll go in and cover these marches. Oh, look at thousands of them. Thousands of them. Be sane in insane places. In insane places. Nice. When people have asked as well about like why I would suggest certain people to go and represent us in the EU, like is all know I want us out of the EU, and I would love it. I would love just to be able to just say, all right, Ireland are leaving, and that's it. Write that up, sign that off. Toodles, see you later. But of course, bureaucracy. Sorry, I'm struggling with some words this morning. Bureaucracy is riddled in the EU. And they'll just drag that and drag out and drag it out and drag it out. Something else comes along. Bosh, all the focus has gone off it, you know. Get as many independents and nationalists as you know. That's all I can say when it comes to voting. I know some people aren't fond of voting, but if you are going to vote, just vote nationalist and independent. There was a chart done up, and I think independents are at 28% now, which is higher than any other party. Yeah. Well, so do I, James. We get all our fishery back, you know, forestries, everything. Anyone else is on the page is target being social welfare. What's that? How you know that? Social welfare, I don't know. I'll ask me mate. Who was that said that? Richard. I don't know. I'll ask me mate. No, he signs on. Even you would be a distraction. All we need to do is use our existing laws, nothing more. Good point. The stronger exit candidate, I would imagine, would be Mr. Waters. You know, I've met with a few of them. Like, people have views on others, right? Like, especially people that are running and want to represent us. I get how you want to be skeptical about them, and there's nothing wrong with that at all. There's nothing wrong with that. But when you go and meet people, like, people have a thing against Rowan Croft. Now, I've met that chap, and he said to me before that I should get up, and when there are matches, how you loved one, when there are marches, that I should get up and speak, because I'll show you my face real quick. Yeah. So he says to me, he says, I should run because what I represent goes against the grain when it comes to the left, you know, and the media and all them. I completely go against them because they can't throw, oh, he's a racist. They can't throw any of that at me. Do you know that way? So he says I should be when there are marches, I should get myself up there and talk and speak my mind about things. But I can never build up the courage to go up in front of thousands of people and speak. Like I used to do public speaking where I used to work, but anyway. I know how you feel about Mr. Sheridan, yes. He does slag Christianity something fierce, doesn't he? And then he says, "But I like nothing against your God or anything. If you want to go and worship, but then why do you just? He's just constantly slagging them." They've ruined a lot. They have ruined. Sinn Féin have ruined a lot. You're a Beard fan, are you? Mr. D? What do you think of Ron Croft? Is it take a few gigs? No, I used to be the speaker for the old business that I was in, and because it was work related. I think more so because it's me just speaking my mind. You know, I'm nervous that I would say something that would just completely diminish everything else that I've said, just on a whim, like just when you're talking, stuff slips out. Sure doesn't seem to produce music. I've heard that one before. Yeah, he said he was a musician, didn't he? He does, though. He does mention. He does mention how we are being replaced, though. You know. Who was selling Bibles? I wasn't selling Bibles, no. I do have about 4 or 5 though, because when I stay in a hotel, I always take the Bible. Yeah, if you knew that, like he does seem like a nice lad, like I know what you mean, loved him. It need everything that we're talking about needs to be said, and it needs to be like we need to black pill people, and the only way I can see us doing that is by I don't know if people have seen like the videos I've done on the shorts I've done on France and Italy, and they were like they're just women walking home on their own, and all of a sudden they're being like these males are just grabbing them by the arms. One even rips her top off her. This was in Italy. One rips her top off her, and there's Italian blokes in the background just looking at him like, "What the hell? Get up off your arse and bleed and help your women." Do you know what I mean? Defend your women. We just sitting there fucking drinking your coffee, looking at her getting her top ripped off her. I couldn't believe it. And Marseille, God, my heart goes out to Marseille. I'll show you that video. Where have I got it? Hang on. Fucking made my bleeding blood boil. Italy. Oh, it's. Sorry, I should have had all these bloody ready, but I started the live and I was thinking, yeah, I'll just type it in and I'll be able to bring up. Do you know? And did I bookmark it actually? Actually, I go through my bookmark switches because I do bookmark some good stuff. That's your woman, Janet Horner. Now we're going to jump around a bit here, right? Because I want to just get as much as this out here as I possibly can. This Janet Horner one. She raised a ticket about the Jesus statue in Fitzpatrick Street. Or was it Fitzpatrick or Fitzwilliam? It was one or the other. But she raised an issue that the Jesus statue was offending people. Who's being offended by a Jesus statue? And if they are, they don't belong here, for one. Getting offended by a statue of Jesus Christ, that's the issue with them. That's not our issue. We shouldn't be facilitating their wishes when they come to our country. We don't bloody facilitate every little thing that they want or they believe in. Now that's called trying to change the culture and the heritage. That's what that is. Boil my blood. And she like proud as punch up there talking about how she wanted the Jesus statue removed. Anyone you see with that guy in their thing is a troll or an NGO. They purposely put that one in. This guy here, I told you we're gonna jump around a little bit, right? This one here is by Ninja Knight. This guy in the middle. See the way it says Mammies for Trans Rights? Well, this guy in the middle was pro-Ukraine, pro-Palestine, pro-LGBTQRSTUVW. And he's like 42 or something, 39 or late 30s or early 40s, and he passed away. He died suddenly. And all of the pro-Palestinian, pro-LGBT were jumping on the bandwagon. What did I say? Yeah, I just said, this is very bizarre. After I found out he passed, I said, this is very bizarre. That guy did nothing but shared typical grooming stuff. He pushed the jab, everything else. Very bizarre. I wonder what happened to him. Yeah, I was brought up Roman Catholic. Can I make me chat bigger? Hang on, so I can see. Vax got him. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Because he was early. There was a bleeding 30-year-old tennis star that dropped dead the other day as well. 30 years old. I think we got an independent. Trying to catch up with you. Our Texas where I'm going. Oh, that's all right, Mr. D. About Rowan, yeah. Do you want to see me, doggy? She keeps hopping up on me. Come here. Come here. Here, say hello. No, say hello. Say hello. Hello. Oh. It's me little. That's little cookie. Now, go on. Go get some food. Yeah, Luna Lou. I've noticed that, and it's even filtered into the groups, and it does my head in. I'm like, why is all bleeding fighting amongst ourselves? We're all here for the same reason, do you know? 33, Jesus. Oh, you have one of them, Jim, do you? Cavapoo? I have a Shih Tzu as well, but she's old. She doesn't listen to me. Cheers, Floridate. I will get better at all this stuff. I want to be able to just screen share, but then it keeps telling me to get this OS something. Where is it? This thing. This OBS. Apparently I can share screen with this, but I haven't figured it out yet. What else did I bookmark? That's the one where the guards go into the mosques and they're recruiting. They're going into mosques and they're recruiting them straight off the bleeding straight out of the mosques and into and they make a thing of saying to it as well. See this name here, give that a follow on TikTok. I'm not on TikTok, but Napoleon Horse, give him a follow on TikTok because he comes out with all these videos where he's hiding his phone and he's getting all these insider videos. But They go straight into a mosque and say, you can join, you don't need Irish, but if you have another language other than English, that'll do great for us, you know? Because they're going to need them to communicate with all these other males coming in. Gaming laptop. It's my cousin gave it to me. I don't know what the stats are on it. My cousin's it's my other one burnt out, so my cousin gave me this one for nothing. Picked it up the street. Ah, was she? No, I paid big bucks for her. She was me daughter's dog. Like, she picked her out. She got her for one of her birthdays. What clock up here? Yeah, that's battery's dead in it. Battery's dead in it. It is live watch. How can I? Prove to James. There you go. Real time. It is, honestly. If I get stopped by the guard, I'm only going to speak Irish to them from now on. Good stuff, Jim. Teach me Irish, Jim, as well, while you're at it. Isn't it, Richard? That really got me. That got me fucking blood going. That did. I was like, is it not bad enough that you're just having them over here? Now they're going to fling them into areas where we have people learning Irish. Now, do you know what they're probably trying to do, Richard? Sorry, they're probably trying to drill the Irish into them. So when they go out and run, they all look like your man, that other NGO with the puffy hair. You know the fella when you order filled in it off Wish. Him. I'll be back in a second. Just grabbing a drink. Oh yeah. No Sharia law, no alcohol, no entertainment, none of that stuff, huh? And they think it's not. They think that we'll never have that in Ireland. Tell you, it looks like it's already bleeding starting. Guards are warning people not to go into a certain area because it's like the lion's dead and all this. I'm like, who the? Well, then you walk through with them. Do you know what I mean? If it's so dangerous, guard. Me doggy, yeah. Hang on. Where is she? Cookie. Cook. Yeah. She's shy. She doesn't want to be on camera. Come here. Here she is. Hang on. There she is. They want to see you, not me. Look. There. She needs a shave. She's only a baby. Like she's not even one. She's only like 9 months. No way, teachers wouldn't let them. Shocking. They offer classes in Merino, so I signed up for one in September. I love hearing it being spoken. It's such a lovely language. The only words I know are ones like off the buses, you know. Boher and Cosh English. I only know certain roads. Yeah. So that was them going in, right? Recruiting in the mosques. What else can I get out of here? There's your mayor of Derry. In this video, she was actually claiming that blacks built Ireland and all. It was absolutely insane that they actually let her get up there and air that. saying that blacks built Ireland and all this. Go away with that, will you? This one is Simon Harris, where he's saying that politicians' houses should be completely out of bounds when it comes to protesting and stuff like that. When I seen this video first, I put it side by side, and I had these group of Palestinians outside a Jewish man's house or business, and I tagged him in it and said, "What do you mean like this?" But obviously, you won't get any reply back over that because they all stand with the bleeding Palestinians. There is Fionnuala. They live in a bleeding la la land, do you know? Yeah, make them all Irish like that. Yeah, there's definitely something pushing the Joni, isn't there? Because you do hear it a lot. I do hear a lot of them talking about it now, saying how blasted this and how they're replacing all the Disney stars with, you know, it's all linked. I don't know if people seen that Alex Healy Ray and the other fella. I can't think of the other fella's name. He's another Ray, but I can't think of his first name. But the two of them are up at a meeting with locals in Kerry, and he's talking about not locals. Sorry, it was like they were sitting in a mosque when the camera did a turnaround. There was about 70-80% of them people there were not Irish. They were these new males coming in. And Michael, is it? Yeah, Michael. And they were doing a Sinn Féin. They were saying how great it is and how these people are going to like bring Ireland forward and all of this. I'm like, every bleeding angle we look at this, it's like they're all bleeding anti-Irish, you know? They seem to be more interested in helping all these outsiders get a job, get a roof over their head, get this, get that. But I've never seen them work so hard. I've never seen them work so hard for the public. But when I say public, you know who I mean. How are you, Frank? I think that's what they're hoping for, Nuala. They want to make our lives just as hard as possible. Like by them spending all this money on all these people that aren't even Irish coming in to Ireland. You know, I mean that just says it all. Tells you everything you need to know about them. Was there anything that anyone has heard about Ireland that they want confirmation of, or anything? Anyone that's outside Ireland? I'll go through a few more of my bookmarks. I don't doubt that for a second, Luna. I do not doubt that for a second. This one was in England. Here's another. So he kind of bumps off. So he kind of walks right in between them, an elderly couple. And of course, he's one of our doctors and surgeons. This is in England. I don't know what city you're at, but that's an outfit. Like, that's an old man, and the old man still got him down to the ground. Do you know? I know you have to be quiet with. Well, you have to be short clips with violence and all in them, because. But then, thankfully, someone from the public did come over and help him. I think it was a taxi man. Said, "Get off him, you. He's an old boy. What are you doing? Fuck off." You know. And now this is what is remarkable about these males that are coming in. They're the ones that will start the argument, and then if you dare say out back, that's it. You're fair game for them. You know, you say anything back, that's it. You're a target for them. But they're the ones that instigate it. It's just so weird. You know, a young fella here walks around with a buggy, right? Watch this. This is the mentality of these. So he's telling them off for attacking him. Like, what the fuck you doing, man? Get out of here. Get out of here now. He's telling them. Now, for this guy telling him to get out of here, watch what he does. Shoot to the head. Yeah, but you're the one that started all this, mate. You know what I mean? It's the end of him. But you know, that just shows you the mentality of these males that are coming in. The cheek of them to, like, I'd walk around. You know what I mean? Be polite. No, he's gonna walk right through because he walks where he wants. You know. And then if you say something to him, what you say? It's a bleeding old man. That did me head in that video. Did my head in. Most of these videos did my head in. Tucker's runner, yeah. But like that's what it's gonna take. Like it's gonna take us protecting our local areas. That's what it's gonna boil down to. Because they're not gonna stop what they're doing. The governments and media are not gonna stop what they're doing. We know this. So it's gonna be on us to protect our areas. Now in my area down in Coolock, there are people that I haven't been down as much, like I said. I go down and cover the big marches and stuff like that. I might start going down at night time and just chatting with the lads. I might go live a few times so you can ask the lads a few questions about why they're down there and what made them feel compelled to do what they're doing and stuff, you know. I'm going through all of my bookmarks trying to find some good ones for you. Where's that? An epic battle in Brussels between a water cannon and a manure truck. Sorry if that's a bit loud. But this is happening all over Europe. You've seen all the manure trucks spewing their stuff over the politicians' buildings and all, haven't you? I know, Frank. I've seen some of the women as well. I've seen some of the women. Yes, Brian, 100%. Brian, look at that comment by Brian Lawler right there. They are trying to make stuff kick off again between the UK and Ireland. Do not fall for it. Do not fall for it. Looks like Boyce doesn't take much about Rambo. It does, Jerry. We went up to, where was it? There was 3 or 4 lads that went up to the Prizewood Park, and they found like these little areas where they're setting up and they're doing all their drugs in the parks, like, and they're right beside football pitches. Do you know what I mean? Where young lads play. You're right. Just your appearance, just being in the vicinity deters them. I hope this phone doesn't fall. Yeah, hit the like button. This guy here, do people know him? Where is he? This guy walks around with.
Why do you think they're getting that kind of representation? I mean, it's clearly was aggressive violence.
You suck. You suck. Fuck you. Fuck you. You're not wanted. Fuck you. You're a fucking
fucking idiot. You're a fucking
I don't know
idiot.
what to say. I guess these police officers are mostly indoctrinated as well.
Everyone here
They're afraid of the mob.
because you're a
I
fucking
think
idiot.
they're afraid that if they do anything,
Great, they've a great vocabulary. These males. But then when you don't let them get under your skin, watch what they do.
to actually keep law and order, that they'll end up being on the end of this verbal abuse.
Billboard Chris, yeah.
Cowardice from everybody all around.
People probably want to.
Sorry, I just look how aggressive. Look at that. Personal space knowledge, you know what I mean?
Fuck you! 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 Fuck you!
There you go. See, soon as you show that they're not getting to you, and you just put the camera on them, that's it. They just lose the head. That's who we're up against. Well, sorry, partly who we're up against. Billboard Chris is great. He's travels all. He's Canadian, isn't he? Travels all around the world. He's been over here as well. They stole it, Jerry. They stole that flag. And isn't it missing a colour as well? It's missing one of the colours. I'm not even gonna go into that thing. I cannot stand her. Him, whatever. So this outside my this outside Crown Paints near my area. Paul Fitzsimons. This Rose Fleming. Now, someone said that they're starting to promote the divide again between the UK and Ireland. This woman here is mad for doing that. I've noticed it on a few points. I'm surprised she hasn't blocked me yet, because I've commented on a few other things telling her about like how misinformed she is. But she says anyone who protests, aka a hate mob, outside where people are living are utter scum. Asylum seekers have no choice where they are placed. All you are missing is the hoods and burning crosses, you complete ghouls. I'd say she bought most of her followers. 2,300 followers. But this one is mad for hyping the division between UK and Ireland. Of course, she's got the obligatory pronouns and all that, doesn't she? I've seen her promote all that stuff as well. Rose Fleming. How are you, Ira? How are you? I've just gone through a few of my bookmarks. They are vanilla. They are. And a lot of them reach out to me, and I get emails off British, like people from Scotland, England, Wales, telling me about the situation and sharing videos with me that they've taken themselves. Do people know Mark Atwood? I like his poems. He does really good poems. He's an ex-British military, but he's living in Ireland now. Give him a look, Mark Atwood. He can be a bit out there for some people, but I like his poems. Exactly, Paddy. Exactly. How are you, charming? Because that's what they were doing then with the Rwanda thing, you know. When they said that 80% were coming over the border from the north, a few politicians here in Ireland got on mainstream media like RTE and start saying it's because of the Rwanda deal, blah de blah, you know. And it's like, these are just, all you're doing there again is doing the passing the buck job. None of these fuckers take responsibility. None of them. None of them don't know what it's like to take responsibility. There was some good ones on me bookmarks. Did you, Jim? My God, they're invading our dreams now and all. Did you get a gaff? There's one here by, let me see if I can get it. Stephen Gork, isn't it? Is it Stephen McGurk or Stephen Gork? The fella from Irish Independent. Don't time Jim. What are you time Jim out for? What did he do? They ran. I couldn't believe they did this. They ran this propaganda for your one running in Maria Walsh. Like who's the bleeding PR for these people? They're just so out of touch. Stephen Kerr, thank you. They're so out of touch with reality. These that's your woman Marie running in. She's represented in the EU for a while, hasn't she? Yeah, let me get this one. I really want to get this one. I really want to get this video. Yeah, there he is. But that's not the one. The man's just constantly out there showing us all, you know. But he was walking down the road, him and his missus, and they seen Roderick O'Gorman. I don't know if people seen that video, but he's seeing Roderick O'Gorman, and she start asking him questions, you know. Sorry, just bear with me for a minute. Yeah, Suzanne. I have a great video on my page if we'll go and look at it. She starts telling you how our kid is like, there's only like 3 Irish kids in the whole entire class, in like 30 children in a class. Crazy. Let me go back up, sorry. Media. If I'm missing you that questions, I'll come back to them. Thought I had it bookmarked, but I obviously don't. Oh, would you look at that? Now, right? So, here's just an example of Sinn Féin, right? They're saying, vote Simon, get Ursula. Vote Simon and you get Ursula.
You have...
Are they trying to tell us that if we vote Sinn Féin in, that they won't be friends with Miss Ursula von der Leyen? Because I'm sure they will. They'll be grovelling over her if they get in there.
Europe stands with Israel. And Israel has a right to defend itself. In fact, it has the duty to defend its people. Europe and Israel are bound to be friends and allies. You have literally made the desert bloom.
But I think actually President van der Leyen has done an extraordinary job.
Here, I will be supporting her bid for President Commission.
When the European Commission gives carte blanche to Israel to massacre Palestinians, we say no, never. You do not speak for us.
And you don't speak for us. Mary Lou MacDonald said her first name 10 Hail Marys later. But you know, you see, like, that's obvious to me. Like, they're just, I know they're all in it together. They're all in it together. And they just put on this show, this Punch and Judy crap. You know? He's the bad guy. Oh, no, he isn't. Oh, yes, he is. Oh, no, he isn't. They don't have any souls. 100%, Sean. Should he won the last one and then said, oh, well, we're not actually going to take over. We're going to let them remain in power because we didn't run enough candidates. Now, stop, pull the other bleeding leg, will you? Do you know what I mean? The enemy speaks, does it? Yeah. Exactly, Joni. Ursuline. You remember Ursula von der Leyen and our best mate, that Portuguese fella? I think he was Portuguese. The guy who pushed the jab. They were just short of bleeding, humping each other on up in front of everyone that day. I seen them together, hugs and kisses and all this. Wondering how many they killed. Germany. I don't know. I think your woman. What was her name again? The old German chancellor. When the Syrian thing kicked off, sure, didn't she allow 1 million of them in? She let 1 million of them into Germany. Just like that. Angela Merkel, yeah, that's the one. Angela Merkel. She was. I remember watching her, and there was a German nationalist standing up on the stage with her, and he had a German flag in his hand. And he was the only one on the stage with a German flag in his hand. She went over to him and pulled it out of his hand and throws her off the stage. They fear even just a flag. They fear the sight of the flag because it's represents probably nationalism and patriotism. Mr. Merkel. I heard she's related to Obama. Wink, wink. Somehow, I don't know. Boy, good steroids. I think that's backfiring on them, Davy Malone. I think that's backfiring on them. Have you seen the likes of the ones that have went up there and start saying all these things like a defense minister, white, or minister for defense, white, you know? Them two are gone now. Varadkar's gone and Humps is gone. And they were the two that were talking like that. Howie Ireland stands up. You were assaulted for carrying your flag. Crazy. If somebody went to take a tricolour, actually, I'm going to go and get one of those. You know what the 4 provinces? I'm going to go and get one of them flags. It's absolutely stunning. But if someone went to take a tricolour out of my hand, it'd be the fucking last thing they do. Sorry for swearing. My guilt doesn't work on Irish people because they're... Yeah. Well said, Davy Manel. Jim, they apprehended him. I'm not entirely sure about what happened. The child yesterday, but I do know that they apprehended him there on the spot. It was strange because I seen Gavin Pepper tweeted that the man who was arrested, he said, is 100% Irish with mental health issues or whatever, blah, blah. Yeah, the Scottish Labour is also fair too. Is it? No, for Jesus, Frank. They're so embedded, you know. You get rid of one, another one pops up. It is. I'm telling you, they'd gladly get rid of all the tricolours here, wouldn't they? They would gladly bleed and do it and replace them all with rainbows or EU flags. Well, let's have a look, Jim. We'll see if there's any latest developments on it for us. It was a Parnell Street, wasn't it? There he is there. That's the guy they apprehended. Apparently he has like mental health issues or whatever. But you have to remember they've said that already. They've said the mental health. They've played the mental health card with these males. They're saying the man arrest was part of a national party, for fuck's sake. Well, there you go. No, I don't think they would. Or I've seen them kick a bloody tricolour under a car and everything. It's disgusting. So yeah, that was your man that was stabbed. Let's see if there's anything here. All the people are saying he's most definitely not Irish. But I found it strange that Gavin Pepper tweeted that he was. Regarding the incident in town, I can confirm that the man was arrested is 100% Irish who suffers with severe mental health problems. So there you go. That's from Mr. Gavin Pepper. Like, I get it. You could look at me and not think I was Irish, you know. But then when you hear me talk, you know I'm Irish. Here he is getting let out. These are non-stop in Dublin. This is new to me. This is new. This is a new video for me now here as well. It says an African import threatened the Brazilian man who intervened as the African was grabbing an elderly Irish man on Parnell Street.
We Joko! Don't do bad, you be the a picture, you know what you say. You want something? Give me a story.
They're just walking up to old people and demanding their money and everything. Yeah. The only one I can see covering punks. The only one I can see in Australia covering that is that Avi fella. Avi, is it? Avi something. Yeah. Old school. We should be protecting our most vulnerable, our elderly and our children. We shouldn't be having them go through this if they want to just go out to the shops, you know? Is there what's so bloody wrong about wanting a safe place for our elderly and our children to walk around? Avi, is he? Everyone's a bleeding Zionist. Is he? I just found it fascinating that he would be kind of uttering what we would our views on Palestine. Now I know he does. The way you say there he's a Zionist, yeah, he does go over the top when it comes to defending Israel, but that's it. Yeah, Kevin Sharkey. I recommend him to everyone to go and look at Kevin Sharkey's videos. He's half caste as well, but fully Irish in his soul, mind, body, and soul. Oh, is he? I didn't know he was an ex-Israeli soldier. Have some of that. See, new information for me. That. He does. He does. You can tell that in his videos, Vanilla. He's like practically weeping for Ireland every time I watch videos on him. A man in Ireland thinks they're all nice, Davey. I like that. And you'd be hard pressed to find, say, a person of colour that has lived there all their life. Even they are like, hang on, what's going on in Ireland? Even they see it, you know? No, what's that? Irish stand-up. What are you doing? If anyone has any questions they would like to ask me, fire it away. I'll have to look up this thing that he's talking about there in the High Courts. Scottish Stallion watches Dead Money from Ghana, but he's Scot true and true. Yeah, I mean, like the likes of Sharky, and there are a few more. Like McGrath, even Paul McGrath came out and talked about it, but he retracted it because I take it, you know, he's a bit more popular than Sharky. A black person, sorry. Black person. I know at least one Irish. Yes, Ira. I'll put it up on my community wall after this. There's definitely one happening on the 3rd, the bank holiday. Where are we? Yeah, the bank holiday coming up. There's definitely one in town. Some God, 3 or 4 people, Paddy, that I know of in the last week and a half have left YouTube because it's just so much censoring going on. Yeah, they've either went to Twitter or Rumble. Any thoughts about exposing dirty animals running for local council? Unless we have the actual proof of dirt on them, I suppose. What can we do? This is me 3rd account on YouTube alone. They say for violence or something that I'm shown, but like, how are we supposed to inform people about what's happening in Dublin? You know, especially with the more violent videos. I mean, that's how some people are only going to believe it, is if they see it happening. But then when we go to show people, we get banned. Your video has violence in it. What? So if you ignore violence, it just goes away? No, that's not how it works. But that's the way YouTube thinks it works. And I've noticed as well, even the people that troll you on X, if you go into their profiles and they've like thousands and thousands of followers, but they're purely just troll accounts. I'm pretty sure they're like the government. I'm pretty sure they're government bleeding plants in there doing all that stuff, buying followers and then trolling the Irish people. Like your man Cunningham did the other day, where he says, I'd choose an immigrant over an Irish person. What? You're trying to tell me you're Irish and you're going around talking like that? Get up out of the yard. That is a good way of looking at it, Jeremy. Well, I'll take a few questions, obvious. I was meant to bring you for a walk today, but it started raining on and off, so I said I'd just sit in the gaff and do them, and take some questions. Come on. That one I was saying that is going to be taking place on the 3rd. I'm not sure about what the time, so just keep throw your eye on me community post later, and I'll have the time and everything there, and where the meeting point is. Ah, right, Davey. See you in a bit, Frank. I'll see you on Monday, hopefully. Fingers crossed. Or God willing. Isn't that what they say? But what else was there that I had? Something lined up. Oh, it just made me laugh about them bringing all these foreign party members out and speaking for them, you know? It just... I'm just saying to myself, God, they must be bleeding desperate as anything, you know? Never seen that in my lifetime. Bringing these guys around that barely speak English and introducing them to people looking for a vote for them. Warriors page, follow me in weird names. They must be, you know? They must be feeling a lot of pressure. Because like I said, even when they're out canvassing, they can't even walk down streets without people saying something, you know? Get out of here, you're not wanted, you pack of traitors. And around my area, on the main road outside my area, I'll do a little video after this, and I'll go down on the bike. But the poles, each pole on either side of the road had like 3 or 4 of them posters on it. They're all gone. They've all been whipped down. Must have been some strong wind. And I'll bring you into town again during the week. There's another video, look. This lad here apparently is Irish, right? This lad here apparently is Irish, and he's saying, Ireland for the Irish, Ireland for the Irish. And then, of course, you have your obligatory terrorist supporters. Now, he does throw the force punch, which it was nice, but... They follow him up. There's another video. They follow him up here, and they batter the fuck out of him. Pardon me French again. But they follow him and batter him. Excuse me. Hey. Excuse me. Thank you, David. The wind is sharp. It's very, very sharp out on that road. I mean, all of the posters are down on being like the cars running over them on the road and everything. No one's bothered to come and pick them up. They won't even come up and clean up after themselves, all these parties. What do I know about Rwanda? Not much. I just know that they're using that to hide they're using that Rwanda deal to hide the fucking difference between the English and the Irish. When at the end of the day, the one thing that's going to unite England, Ireland, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland is us looking out for our women and children. That's all I can. That's like unite the Gaels. I keep saying it in chats. Unite the Gaels. Little Joni. I don't know, Kieran. It was announced a couple of years ago, wasn't it? I remember it being announced a couple of years ago. That's where they filmed Gorillas in the Mist. There you go. There's something about Rwanda. This guy, this Brolly. See this Brolly fella? He's married to Joe Biden's relative, this fella. Listen to him.
Extraordinary things was that whenever the gentleman who had attacked the children and the classroom assistant, who was badly slashed herself, he was intercepted, and whenever he'd been sort of incapacitated, 3 women took it upon themselves to protect him and probably save his life because there was great anger.
He's talking about saving the attacker's life. the Algerian guy who attacked the 3 kids and the teacher. He is, Davey. This guy's dangerous. This man is very dangerous. And remember what I said, he's married to a Biden, a relative of Joe Biden. Oh, that's just lighting, I think. Matches teeth. I think that's just the lighting on his head. Oh, that was last year when the riots happened. I think these are foreign lads. The amount of videos I've seen lately, say in the last month or two, the amount of videos I've seen of these males that are coming in, and they're all attacking each other. You know? And it doesn't matter where they are, the hotels, out on the streets, in the park, it doesn't matter. They have such hatred for each other. So, you know, I keep saying, what makes the Irish government think that they're going to come in here and just assimilate? They're not. This is. I'll give you a overall synopsis of it. What they've done, what the government, the media have basically done, is they've brought, which is up to 80% of males, right? They've brought all these males in, and then they've immediately went to defend these males, no matter what they do. Like, they can go out and stab someone, and then it just gets put down to a mental health issue. Whereas if you had to check this guy before he came into the country, you could have saved that person from being attacked, you know? They're all for doing pre-crime when it comes to us. But when it's these males that are coming in, no. Only when they commit the crime, you know? And even when they do, it's a mental health issue, you know? So they've done the Hegelian dialectic on us. They've created the problem, solution, blah de blah. You know yourself. No problem, Philip. You don't want them to assimilate. You want them out. Well, I want them out as well. Particularly these males. Particularly. I think what Joni said there was perfect. But say that again, Joni, what you said about a child being yours and then someone else's child or something. I can't think of it word for word, but it was pretty good. Yeah, James. And that's particularly that's aimed at, like, I would aim that directly at LGBT as well. You need to start addressing their mental health issues rather than just parading them around like this is the way forward for humanity. What? Grooming bleeding children? No thanks. I'll pass. Yeah, James. What's it? I think Ike called it the Hegelian dialectic or something he called it. I'll leave this one on for you here. I'm going to go to Lou real quick. Where's me bookmarks? Hang on. No, not me bookmarks. Sorry, I'm all over shop. I think this guy is a shinner that shared it. The Irish Freedom Party are a danger to our children. So the man arrested at Parnell Square who tried to knife children was not only Irish, but has links to the Irish Freedom Party. You see what they're trying to do with this now? Look, this is only... When was this shared? 10:15 this morning he shared this. And they're already... Look, they're already jumping on it. It's crazy, man. How these people see the world, isn't it? It's crazy. Bob says, you seem to have to have Irish Freedom Party confused with Sinn Féin. The difference being one's actual fact, the other is Sinn Féin clowns in panic mode. Former Sinn Féin press officer charged with sex offences has pleaded guilty. You know, people keep the receipts on everything. I love the Irish people for doing that, man. We keep the receipts on everything. We have to, you know. But Sinn Féin going into panic mode, getting all their pawns to share made up stories like this. And the way they use Twitter, you know, the way they use Twitter as well, always will open anyone's eyes. Because if you're paying attention to the way the country is going, and then you go on these people's Twitter, it's like they're oblivious. You know, they just completely ignore it. I'm gonna have to use the loo. 1 sec. Leave you there for a minute on your own. AD. So another thing I want to show you as well, right? Yeah. I'll just move the laptop actually. So when I hear of new words or words that I've already known, right? Here's an interesting one. So media, right? You've heard it in one of the videos before. I'll bring this up because I found it very interesting. Media, right? This is where they take their name from. But she was here we go. I'd be like, oh, wiki, yeah, blah, blah. Greek mythology it comes from. Media. Now, why would the media take the name of this Greek goddess? Well, she was the daughter of King Aetes. She's a mythical granddaughter of sun god Helios and a niece of Circe, right? She was part of helping Jason in his search for the Golden Fleece. This media one. Now, what I found very interesting about her, what she was the goddess of, and she's basically the goddess of illusion. So why would the media take the name of a goddess of illusion? Because that's what they are. They're illusionists. They sell the illusion. Things like that, when I hear them, and things click in my head. I'm like, oh. It's like they're using the name purposely, or the power of the word itself. There's so much more that they're not, so much more to this world, you know? And the ones in power hide all this sort of stuff from us. It's on us to go and look it up and use discernment. But I always see, it'll always stick with me why they took that name. Yeah, we make that happen. Education. Like, I don't know if many of you have looked into how we actually create the physical world that we're in. Like, that it goes that deep. Like, our thoughts create things and stuff like that. We've looked into that stuff. Which kind of puts a dampener on it, because you do feel like the stuff I'm trying to highlight is negative, but I know it's negative in my head, like the things I talk about. But we have to talk about them, because what good is ignoring this stuff? It's not going to help any of us. Ignorance is not bliss, you know. Whereas I think they introduced them sort of sayings to kind of keep us at a low frequency, you know. Ignorance is bliss, isn't it? You know. A child should be seen and not heard. Whoever thought of that needs a bleeding slap. That's the opposite of being a human. Who's in power? Sectors playing part. I know. Is Mr. D really Frankie? I will do a video on different words that I found interesting. If there's any that you have found interesting, say them in the chat there, so people can go look them up. But that's anytime I hear a new word now, I'll go and look it up and where it originated from, you know, get a deeper understanding about the word. Yeah, it's a horrible saying, Joni. Isn't it? It makes me feel a bit sick inside when I heard it. Oh, you're the real Mr. D. All right, good. That's nicely put, Vanilla. Migrate. Can't even spell, look. Human migration, physical movement by humans from one region to another. But then you go down the bottom and you get the background history of it and stuff, which is quite good. Some people have different opinions about Wiki, because you can, like, people can just edit this, can't they? And do what they want. They only lock certain pages, though. Yeah, me True Ireland, my friend has one. My friend has one of the older dictionaries. Let's get it off him one night. Logos, yeah, I've looked into logos. What logos did I find interesting? Well, actually, here's one, James. It came up, I did a graphics design course, and it came up about logos and how powerful they are, like symbolism being the oldest language known to man and stuff. And FedEx, when FedEx came up and they were doing is it FedEx or Amazon? No, it's FedEx, the vans. And it has an arrow in it. I never noticed that arrow. Isn't that weird? I never noticed that arrow until that was said in the class. About 3 years ago now. Oh. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll stick about for about another 10-15 minutes, so throw some questions out there to me. I'll go and collect my daughter. When you said Europe there, do you know what I thought about? There was a song when I was growing up called Europe, the Final Countdown. That was a bit weird. It was like foreshadowing. Some people think Europe is the final countdown. The final countdown. Yeah, that song was like seriously overplayed. I'm sure 100% of people in here get that one, Kieran. They are all in it together. Like they're like I said, they're like the old royal families in Europe. You know the way they used to all marry into each other and keep the power amongst themselves, type of thing. Well, it's that, but basically everything that you see on TV, media, celebrities, all of them. But then you have people like your man seemed to break it a bit. That UFC fighter, he came out against it all, didn't he? Start telling you how all of them are doing all these nasty things, parties and all. And it's all of them. It's politicians, celebs, the law. Gresham's Law. I'll look into that. Canada, both of them countries got it really hard. Canada under Justin Trudeau. How that man is even in power. Castro's bastard child. How he's even in power, I'll never get it. So I do laugh when they say bleeding democracy. Democracy? What's that? You do wonder though, because what's going to be their next step after that? Let's take America for instance. I know Trump's going to get back in there, but then what? Does he just drag it out for another 4 years? Do you know? Does he go around acting friendly for 4 years and stop everything from escalating? And then we just after them 4 years, what happens? And I did a video showing how much of a puppet show it is here in Ireland with Mr. Martin in 2018 saying that they'll never go into a uni party type. And they just went ahead and did it anyway. Do you not think? I think Trump will get in again. They had him in the Bronx the other day. Did anyone see that? They had Mr. Trump in the Bronx. Or they had all the people in the Bronx talking good about Mr. Trump. And then it's broadcast everywhere that can't be right because Trump's a racist. Come on. They're all playing the game. It's already 1984. Nice. But that's what I mean. What happens? What happens then after he does get in? Does he de-escalate everything, and then that's supposed to stop people from paying attention to certain things anymore? I don't know. Come up with something else to keep the focus. As I said, I'm not a betting man, but if you're arsed to get tenner on him. This Anto Boyle in town. I'm friends with Anto, but I don't like the way he approached this. He didn't approach that quite well. He says the bus driver was telling him to shut up and sit down and all this. So he gets out the phone, starts recording him as he's driving. I wouldn't be video people while they're trying to concentrate. Do you know what I mean? Other side of the same coin. That's nice. Here's the Italian Prime Minister who ran our whole race on saying that she was going to clear Italy out of all the unvetted and all this blah blah blah, and then they throw a nice little PR photo out like that. Playing both sides. Not far right, we're just right so far. If you're on Twitter, give Mick O'Keefe a follow. He shares a lot of stuff, man. Here we have, this was yesterday, Indians in Cork demanding residency permits. Over the last 6 years, Indians make up the largest immigrant group in Ireland. Over 5,000 have arrived in the first 5 months of 2024. This is what I mean when I say it isn't just asylum seekers you should be worried about. You know? I don't know, she probably was sniffing that hair, yeah. It's just, you know. Oh, it's all fake. Like, that's pure fakeness. This is the chap I was telling you about, Dave. This is totally wrong. Hardly anyone in Ireland had an issue helping Ukrainian women and children when the war broke out 2.5 years ago. This was not part of the deal. Not a single politician highlighted how we would bring them here and allow them to influence our politics. Tens of thousands of Ukrainians could vote for the first time in Ireland. Hey, lady. I was going to go for a walk, it's about to start raining. And I was trying to figure out ways to share my screen. This is the best way I could do it. But yeah. Give Dave a follow on Twitter. I know that chap that's quite active. I hope he's ready for his Pride month next month. It's like, I've noticed this in England as well. It's like one day they're given the order to disrupt the Palestinian marches, right? So I arrest a few of them. And then the next day it's arrest the opposition side. You know? Playing both sides. Well orchestrated. Mary Lou propaganda. I know, I did a video on that. He was on with O'Riordan. Did you hear that one? He was on RT with O'Riordan, and he basically let O'Riordan get under his skin. And I said it. I said he was like, Niall Boylan was talking about how we need to protect our citizens, right? And then Reardon picks up on that straight away. And this man will use anything because that's the way they are. They're slime balls. They'll use anything to get under your skin. And I could see it coming. I knew the second Niall mentioned it. I said, you've just given them ammunition, the way you've structured that, you know? And then, of course, O'Riordan then comes back with, well, who are these people setting the fires? Who are these people setting the fires? Are you talking about them? Are you talking about, when you're talking about protecting Irish citizens, are you talking about those guys that are setting fires, you know, straight away? And it just triggered Niall then. He just went off on them. And then they all ganged up on each other. Like, 3 of them ganged up on Niall. They were all talking over each other. And I was like, we're not getting any message here. We're just getting all of you bickering between you ourselves. See what? Did I miss a question? He needs to be, Jim, he needs to be more open, you know? He needs to be more open. I know him saying that, the way he said it, is kind of what we're thinking. Yeah, we do need to protect Irish people. And there probably are better ways of structuring that, especially when you're around little rats like O'Riordan. But he needs to be more, when he has people on his show, he needs to stop cutting them off and say, no, that's not right, that's not right. You know, a good radio host just lets people talk. You know, he doesn't, just because it might be something he has a strong belief in, you can't just say, you can't just cut people off because they're being open and truthful. What is this? I have to go in then to see my one. If you want me to click on that. You'll be looking at yourselves, watch. There's a basset hound, is it? Ah, that's lovely. My dog's going mad here on the couch. It's very good. I think, do you know what I think personally? I think they killed Dolores. She was only young, wasn't she? They said it was a drug OD or something, but I think they killed her. Why then? I don't know, but. Oh, is that your dog? My cousin had a basset hound when we were younger. The thing was like, I swear it was human before. It's the things it would do. She'd pick up on everything, like she'd pick up on your emotions, and you know, she'd know if you were down. She'd be straight over to you. Cool, I'll tune into that Johnny as well. Your man sent some. I think did you put up his video? Is that's the old boy talking down the camera, isn't it? Send some. Right, go on. Shoot some random questions at me before I go. I have to go on 5. He's a lovely doggy. Gorgeous. But think of that song, right? That you heard there as well. Even that song by Cranberries. It was like she's telling you it's the same old theme since 1916 in your head, in your head. So like keeping a war in your mind, you know? Very powerful song. Dion. That's mad you said that. That's mad you said that. Did you ever hear a song called World Hold On? Did you ever hear this one?
Mike, there's a storm coming.
Can they strike me for putting these on in the background? Don't think they can they? No, Dion, right? Dion said something. God said, always keep on telling young people to never forget that something is coming from the sky, right? It's mad because I knew that song years ago, but I never seen the video and never put any thought into the words in it. But saying, one day you will have to answer to the children of the sky. Interesting. You too old for that music, are you? My favourite song ever is Unchained Melody by Righteous Brothers. Song still makes me cry. I don't know what it is. Good man, James. That's true. Oh my god. I think I got kicked out, did I? You still there with me? Oh, there we are. Yeah, and another line in that song, he says, hang on. Another line in, actually, I can, that's probably just a good idea. I can show you, what the lyrics are. There's another line he says in it that really, like, sent a chill down my spine. It said, where is it? He says here, look, he says, I'll try sing it out. Do. If you ever meet your inner child, don't cry, oh no. Tell them everything is gonna be alright. Now I can't sing, I haven't got a note in my head, but that's that part of that song that made me got a shiver when I heard it. When I went back and listened to it. Like I said, I heard the song years ago, but with everything happening, it's like, God, some people actually seen what was coming. How are you, Belfast boy? I don't know what it is about that song, James. Just, yeah, it does it for me in anyway. How does that man hit them notes? It's a miracle. I'm the next Bono group out here. Stu Bono. And you just have me now thinking of other songs that I went back and listened to, and I was like, well, Zombie. Let's have a look at the lyrics of Zombie. Why can't you just show me like you did on that one? Another head hangs lowly, child is slowly taken, and the violence cause such silence. Like that one line says so much to me, you know? And then I think she reverses it, and then she says, and the silence causes violence. It's like, whoa, you knew too much. That's why I think they killed her. Another mother's breaking, heart is taken over. When the violence causes silence, we must be mistaken. Like, crazy how powerful some song lyrics are. Streets of London, that was about Jimmy Savile. Someone in me chat said that, and I was like, what? So I went back because I used that over a short, you know. And then when you hear him going, hang the DJ, hang the DJ, I was like, whoa. Morrissey, isn't it? Morrissey. A couple of Irish lads were saying it. What did Gaiman say? Sorry. Missed it. God said, hey, keeping children prisoners tortured on the ground. They will. Yeah. Dion. And anyone that harmed the little ones should have a stone tied to their leg and thrown in the depths of the ocean. Saladin, who would you rather be stuck in a lift with, Bambi Slug or Didi or Helen McCunty? God. McCunty. Just a gorilla. Just a gorilla. Wouldn't be violent with her. Just a gorilla, bitch. Pardon me, French. Ah, yeah. What a tune. Freeboard. There's like a solo in that song that's just... It takes you somewhere. Maggie said Japanese. I was trying to learn Japanese there about 2 years ago. Did it for about 3 months and then gave up. I was introduced to some... Oh no, it's not Sniper's Dream. It's Sniper's Promise. No, don't want that one. I want Kathleen. I want Kathleen's version. Have people heard this one? That was an email. I got introduced to this song when we were outside the Doll on the 20th. Was it last year? I think it was last year. And one of the local lads got up and sang this song. Give this one a listen. I think as well as that, it's because it's real. This one. Just talks about putting away our gun and all, about the hard times and things, but just, I don't know, it encapsulates the Irish spirit, I suppose, in my mind when I'm listening to it. It's a good song. The Sniper's Promise. Let's give that one a listen. Well, since we were talking earlier about them hyping the UK against Ireland thing, I used a song by... Who was it again? Bernard something. I'll get the full name in a minute. But he was more so known for his divisive songs. So like his big time anti-British songs, that's what he was known for. And there were two people that were coming in saying, go and look up who this guy is singing and what he represents. You know, trying to stir the pot a little bit. Even in the comments section, that's creeping into now. Crazy. Oh, I don't know if it was Manning. I should have all tabs, shouldn't I? I know people. That's what people are saying in their head. It was the tents by the canal.
Oh. Ship, a slender ship was she.
Dominic Behan.
Up like a barge, she wasn't called a he. I drove all over the land with her, from Tullamore to Kinnegad. How she could ride the surf with pride along the Grand Canal.
Dominic Behan, but he's more so known for the hardcore anti-British songs, isn't he? Oh, is it? Knew I heard that name before somewhere when you said that, Manning. I can't stand U2. I was sort of brainwashed a bit by them when I was younger, and they bring out The Sweetest Thing. That song was everywhere, wasn't it? Oh, the sweetest thing. I was encapsulated by that song for a little while, but Bono, people look into Bono and look into his alter ego. His alter ego is called Mephisto. Oh, come on, that should be homepage. This is Bono's alter ego, Mephisto. What's that tell you? And there's been 2 times I've seen him dressed up as him. I'm sure he dresses up as him all the time when they go to them, what you were saying about them Eyes Wide Shut parties. I'm sure Bono dresses up as him all the time at them parties. If I say something like to certain members of my family about the likes of Bono, they think he's just, you fucking lost the plot. Do you know that way? You have to bite your tongue with some of the family members. But that's all these celebs have alter egos. Beyonce's is Sasha Fierce. I think she calls her Sasha Fierce when she's on stage, when she gets possessed. And that's Bono's there. Geldof, Banana Republic and all that. I'm sure there's a lot of dirt on Geldof. Where'd all that? How much did they raise in that Band-Aid thing? Probably billions for all we know. Wow. Beyonce. Yeah, Sasha Fierce. She the devil. She drop pop in the level. Right, go. Take 2 more questions before I have to shoot. That's all they are. Energy vampires. That's exactly what they are. And that's why I think they killed Avicii. They killed him because he was showing you exactly what happens. And I think he copped onto it as well. Some people slowed down. He did a concert somewhere, and some people slowed down the screen. Let's see if I can get it for you. The video was everywhere when he did it first, but he's up there at some big massive concert, and it flashes a big pentagram in the middle. So they're harvesting energy from people at these concerts and everything. Archo-Christian. Yeah, Harry, good point. To the left, to the left. Do people follow Charlie Freak? He talks about all that stuff. Charlie Freak. I think you catch him on Rumble now. Talks about keeping people on the left side of the brain. Yeah. 100% monkeypox. I'm going to take 2 questions before I have to go. Yep. I'll take 2 good questions. Deport the world to Rwanda. Yes, Alex. Monday, the 3rd. In town. Don't know what time. Lady probably has up on her page. Do you, Lady? Do you have the time for that thing on Monday? I've never been to Canada. I would like to go to Canada, but as long as Trudeau's there, no. I'd be afraid I'd say something about him while I'm there and he'd freeze me bank account. Taste, is it? James, what's the 4th one? Yes, we always have a chance, Mr. Cahill. We have to believe we have a chance. Because if you don't, you've given up. Always, that makes sense, Paddy. Do no evil. I've found myself using that image actually quite a lot. The see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. It's the ignorance is bliss type. So 2:30, Monday, the 3rd of June. Is it meeting at the garden again, or is it? The power of love. That's it. Never stop speaking up. Like, just, do you know what I keep telling people? How can it be evil? What evil? I keep telling. Think about the trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars, euros that has been spent keeping people's attention off what really matters. And what, in my eyes, what really matters is the children, is having a safe place for children just to be children, you know. And I think that's why they're distracting so much with the bread and circus. Yes, they're all making money back off it, but in them stadiums, then it's just it brings you back to what they're doing at the concerts, where they're just like leeching energy out of these people, draining loosh out of them. That's what it's all about. It's all about the children. I've said it before on my videos and lives. That's what got me out my hole initially, was the children. It was going up outside the HSE pre-COVID and talking about how they were going to introduce all these curriculums around all this stuff, messing with the children's minds. I was like, hell no. This needs attention. Getting them when they're like 3 and 4 years old. No. I know, lady. But like I said before, I'll say it again. Oh, what can we do? Independents and nationalists. And then slowly but surely start to reverse everything. So yeah, look at it when it comes to the voting anyway. You laugh at me. No, there's not a hope, Irish D, that I would let my daughter. I don't even. She doesn't even go out on the road without me or man being in the garden. Do you know that way? You can call that paranoid all you want, but it only takes a bleeding second. Only takes a second. We've all seen them videos. And thank God that most of the time there are good spirits close by that stop it from happening, but it only takes literally seconds. Just pull up in a car, in the car, gone. And that's what's frustrating, is that the Irish government is allowing that to come in and allowing it to happen. You know? Organised chaos. What did Punk say? The Vatican. I'd love to go into the basement of the Vatican for a few nights. Just have a wander. Stream alive from in there, imagine. Vatican is the Vatican is the religious side. Washington is the military might, and London is the financial side of it. That's their trinity. Right, one more question. Come on. I really have to go. I'll join in one of the lives when I'm back. Whoever's doing one, or if there's someone doing one. Vanilla. Fuck Joe Biden. Oh no, I said it wrong, didn't I? Is it? Oh, let's go, Brandon. There you go. I shared a short of him going up to a young one. She looked about 12, and he thinks that he's posing for a picture with him, but he whispers in her ear. She's recording, and he whispers in her ear, "You're darn gone gorgeous," or whatever accent. I don't know, whatever he sounds like. But like she's only bleeding 12, you know. Got a strike for that. Anytime, Johnny. Like I said, I'll join in whoever else is going live later. I just have to go down and collect the babs. One more question. I haven't seen a question mark, so I'm not gonna. It can be about Anne, even if it's a little bit ridiculous. But if it's too ridiculous, I might take one that's a bit more serious. Cheers for tuning in, KF. Black. My favorite color is black. Bill Gates is he's one of the Fortune 300 or whatever you call them. Openly brags about injecting genetically modified mRNA jabs into little children. No, it's going to be a nice, clear, sunny day on voting day. But if it is raining, don't let it stop you getting out there and casting your vote. There are more regulars. Yeah, I try, punks. I try watch as much as I can from around the world. What got me looking at Australia was I knew they were going to be one of the ones that would really push the COVID nonsense. And I have an auntie that lives over there in Perth, and she was playing it down for a while, but then after a while she said how bad it was. Like they were really bad over there. Yeah, we will, Joni, as soon as I can organise it. Right, I'm going to have to shoot. I have to go and collect my babs. But thanks for joining me for a little overview of everything. And yeah, I did get StreamYard, but what was I showing you there, Mephisto? I'll get this StreamYard up and going for the next time I go. I'll go live through the laptop. I have, Richard. I've been looking at it, but they can. Do you know what? They don't have to drag them bleeding out, don't they? You know? Bleeding 3 to 4 hours. But you're still left with some questions at the end of it. Right, go on. I'm going. Love and peace.